Let's try it again. Multiply by something bigger than one number. Or when you multiply by something less than one. All right, good. So that'll be a really big component of our lesson today. And hopefully we can kind of tie that all in. All right, so I'm going to zoom up a little bit so we can, or scroll up. I'm sorry, not zoom up, scroll up. So we can get the whole vision of this. Try and get that to go away. Wish I could make that. There we go.
You don't move your mouse to go with.
We say that, but
I mean, it did when you.
there's got to be a trick to it. Anybody know what the trick is?
I put mine to where the inside part is. Mine just disappears.
Okay, we're just gonna roll with it. All right, so in this activity, you will explore how the coordinate planes are affected by it. Okay, so a couple things if you're taking notes. We have what is called the original point, and then we call them prime. So we have like point A, and then we have point A prime. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna see how they change during these notes. All right, so I'm going to pick point A, which is right up here. I know we can't see it super well. That's my fault. Or it's going to be at negative 1, 2, 3, positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to have the negative 3, positive 5. We're all okay with that. And then I'm going to look for this next one, this A prime. I'm going to mark that one with a different color. We'll use brown for that one. That's going to be right here. That's going to be at negative 1.5. Can everybody agree why I'm at negative 1.5? It's going to go up to negative or positive 2.5. We're going to have negative 1.5 and then positive 2.5. We're okay there? Any questions on how I filled that in? All right, then I'm going to find B. And B is going to be at 1, 2, 1. So B is at 1, 2, 1. No, that's prime. C, we're going to call that is at positive 2, negative 2. And D is at 1, 2, 2, negative 2, negative 2. We're all okay with how I'm filling these out? Everybody good there? All right, now we're going to go over here and we're going to do the other ones on that larger scale. So B, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2.
Mr. Bill,
Yeah,
on this, isn't it just multiplying by 2?
excuse me?
Because on the A and A prime,
Yeah,
just multiply.
we're going to get there. Yep, that's what I'm trying to get to. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to go down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then over here, we got back 1, 2, 3, 4, down. 1, 2, 3. Negative 4. Yeah, negative 4. All right, so what we're trying to do is we're trying to figure out what is the change here. And Reed just established that it's just the, it's whatever it's being multiplied by. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take my A value, negative 1.5 here, okay? And I'm going to do negative 1.5 divided by negative 3. And if I were to simplify that, what's that going to simplify down to?
1 over
Just 1 over 2. So what that's saying is that to go from the bigger to the smaller, if I multiplied every bigger dot, every bigger ordered pair by 1/2, it's going to shrink it. If I multiplied every bigger dot by 1/2, it's going to shrink it. Now if we did the opposite, let's say we wanted to go from small to big, if I multiplied every single ordered pair by 2, what's going to happen? It's going to grow into that following size. Okay? The reason or the way that we get scale factor is we're going to do division. Let me prove that to you. Let's take 5 here. We're going to divide it by its corresponding piece, which is 2.5. Well, if you divide 5 by 2.5, what do you get?
Sorry, one half.
2.5.
Oh, 5 by 2.
Yep, 5 divided by 2.5. You get 2. And so what this is happening is basically what's going on is you're either going to be dividing or multiplying, depending on what your scale factor is, to get to that size. But once you divide, you find out what that measurement is, what that scale factor is. What Reed's been doing all week when he just says multiply it by this. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. If I give you a random point, I'm going to give you a random point from this smaller figure. So I'm going to give you 0, 2. Okay? I'm giving you 0, 2 here. Can you tell me what that point's going to be on the bigger figure? Not by looking at the figure, but we now know that the scale factor from small to big is 2. So what do I have to multiply both of these numbers by? 2. So what's 0 times 2? 0. And what's 0 times 2? 4. Or, I'm sorry, 2 times 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't that give me that point right there? So do you see how it's still consistent across the whole board? Okay, so Reed asked a few minutes ago, he said there's an assignment on there. Are we doing that? What I want you to do is go ahead and pull up that other page. We can talk about it real quick. That's got our examples for the day. Okay, so I want to spend the rest of our time today here. It looks like I'm going to run out of time for our challenge. We will do our challenge. I don't know, maybe we'll squeeze it in. If not, we'll do it first thing tomorrow when you come to class. Deal? Okay, so I'm looking for the scale factor of this. So here's what I'm going to do. Let me show you the actual process in this and not just me putting a bunch of marks on here. Did we agree that this D and this D go together? And this is obviously the smaller one, and this is the bigger one. Can we agree with that? All right, so this ordered pair right here for this D is going to be 2, 5. Are we okay with that? And this ordered pair for this D right here is going to be 4, 10. Okay, so 2 ways that we could go about solving this. Number 1, I can write this as 2 over 5 is equal to 4 over 10. And we could all figure out that we're multiplying by what? 2. 2 times 2 gives us 4, 5 times 2 gives us 10. Are we okay with that? So my scale factor is 2. And what that means is that no matter what point I pick on this smaller figure, if I multiply it by 2, it's going to give me the larger one. What would I have to do if I wanted to go from the big one to the small one? Divide by 2 or multiply by a half. Do we agree with that? They both work out the same way. Okay, this one. Down here. P, P, M, M, N, N. I'm going to choose my points N. Is everybody okay with that? Can anybody tell me what ordered pair this is going to be? This N? It's going to be 6, 2. And can anybody tell me what this ordered pair is going to be over here? 12, 4. So once again, what's my scale factor? Times 2. Can we all agree with that? The answer is not always times 2. Just for these particular ones, it happens to be 2. All right, and finally, we'll go down here. Let's choose our B point. Again, I'm just picking B randomly. So this one's going to give me 2, 2. Then over here, it's going to be 3. I'm sorry, yeah, 4, 4. And so what's it going to be again?
2.
All right, easy enough for your scale factor?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm going to stop the video there. There is no homework tonight. We're going to pick up with some more scale